Welcome to a dream travel to a carbon neutral future. My name is Elisa and I will assist you getting a good trip. As a first thing, please put sounds off from your phone so that it doesn't interfere with your dream traveling. Take a comfortable position, close your eyes and relax. Take a deep breath. We are now about to go on a fun trip. Smiling already and nicely excited. What will the future bring? We shall now travel to the future. We will look at dreams, what pops up, and we will build dreams. Young people in particular have wanted to point out that dreaming is difficult when the future is uncertain due to climate change. It's understandable and different kinds of emotions can come up also on this trip. It's okay. However, the main focus now is on creating and sharing views that are bright. The power of dreaming. This session is part of an entity where many people, from influencers to decision makers and ordinary people, share their dreams, especially in the videos that will be released in the fall. Follow the DOS channels for more information. But now, let's go. So your eyes are closed. However, we notice that it is bright, even sunny. We have now left behind the past, where hard work was done for carbon neutral future. And can you believe it? It is here now. What does it look like here? The sun shines between the leaves of trees. Over the years, there has been a lot of talk about trees. Are there more of them now? Is the air fresher? Have we left behind the period of great uncertainty? It was not known how to achieve carbon neutrality, whether the systems and structures could be modified, and whether the chosen means would work. But now all this is behind us, and we've arrived at carbon neutral future. No more feeling of personal sacrifices and bad conscience. No more greenwashing and loopholes. The means have now been found and everything new is being designed within the framework of carbon neutrality. That goes without saying. How liberating. What kind of traffic solutions are there in the carbon neutral future? Together, it could be one of the key achievements that the public transportation works really well. As many who used to drive their own cars switch to public transportation, think how much more often the buses can drive and how traffic jams can be avoided. People don't feel the need to have cars anymore, maybe. Or electric or biogas cars, are they a key solution? With the help of public transportation, for example, the time spent on business trips or commuting becomes more comfortable. The areas used for parking spaces have been developed to something nicer. Same with garage halls. Bicycle path networks are improved and, for example, spaces reserved for bicycles have been developed. What else? Do you come up with some dream images? Would you assume that the need for traffic will decrease? More remote work opportunities? Will there be new technology airplanes, or rather new travel philosophy for long train journeys? Or do we go for virtual tourism? Will domestic tourism develop when Finns find domestic services and their quality rises? More tracks and stations and direct access to holiday resorts by train? But where are we now? I mean, which year is it? What if you were in such a role now, for example, as a kind dictator of Dreamland, that you get to decide which year carbon neutrality will be achieved? 2030, as environmental NGOs demand? 2035, as the Finnish government does? 2045, like some Finnish political parties? Or 2050, as the EU is currently aiming for? Technological developments will certainly help us achieve our carbon neutrality goals. But how much? Personally, I assume that it is important to make as many changes as possible now, and in addition, technological solutions will also help. But we shouldn't wait for them. Is it worth dreaming about them? Well, dreaming about positive things is always worth it. It can be a bridge to innovations too, especially when we talk about dreams. How does the change happen? How will the changes towards carbon neutrality be made? Will there be some recurrences to previous major societal changes? What inspires you? How will schools take part in change? I heard that there is already dreaming lessons. How do different political parties drive change forward and challenge each other? And how do voters? How does the media deal with climate issues? All of these can be influenced. Do you want to find new ways to be part of the change as an active citizen of society, or in your work life, or in your other networks? Now let's have a look at other areas that relate to carbon neutrality. What shall we wear? Reusing clothes has evolved tremendously, with ever-improving services that make it easy for many to find the clothes that they want. On the other hand, recycling of textile materials is also evolving, and new, more ecological fabrics have been developed. Everybody also know how to prolong the time that clothes look good, and maybe we look at clothes somehow differently all in all. What comes to other stuff we need to buy? There have been new types of cultural waves that emphasize happiness in order to ease the amount of goods. Materia may not have the same role of identity boosting or constellation shopping as before. Co-ownership and lending have been developed in different ways, and they have reduced the need for space in homes. So do we live in smaller apartments? At least here in the cold north. Here we come to think how long-term decisions construction solutions are. Usually, of course, people live in the kind of apartments that are available. In the carbon-neutral future, many energy renovations have been made, and they have received state support. People have influenced things in condominium meetings, elections, and by buying greener energy. More geothermal solutions, wind power, solar panels, and what other forms of heat or electricity production. Then let's think about, what do we eat? The proportion of vegetarian food has increased a lot, and the use of vegetables and plant proteins is already easy and self-evident for almost everyone. What kind of restaurants are there? What kinds of meals, ready meals, are there? How has food production changed? How is space and nutrients used in food production? How do consumers choose products in the store? Is e-commerce becoming more widespread and making it easier to choose ecological products? Now we have talked about emission issues. Of course, carbon neutrality also involves carbon sequestration. It can be then used also to reset the emissions to neutral at a stage when the emissions have been very, very significantly reduced. In the carbon neutral future, how have we developed carbon sequestration? Is there more forests? New types of forests? Has carbon been sequestrated also to agricultural land? How is the potential of bogs being utilized? Whoa, we have already seen a lot on this Dreamtravel. You may have thought of things you have already done for the climate. Remember to thank yourself for them and encourage yourself. Then it would be time to start the journey back, little by little. Carbon neutrality is associated with many areas of life, and therefore there are many opportunities. The climate affects us all, and we need to be able to solve it together. People of different ages, different consumption habits. We need decision, politics, public debate, and dreams. What is the most important thing to you? What people usually answer is the people close to you, and that there is a future on Earth where it is good to live. That's what this is all about. Now bring to mind one positive image from this journey. Anchor yourself in the atmosphere of this image and stay in it for a moment. Take the good feeling with you. Maybe you spread this good feeling to someone close to you, or tell about it in the social media. How can you start step by step living those dreams that came up? In NGOs, it is good to work together towards a carbon neutral future. It is important to get encouragement and get to exchange the ideas and nurture dreams on a regular basis. For some, conversation on social media brings the bit similar sense of community. Now, dear travelers, you have a good opportunity to share what you have seen on this dream trip. You can make a video where you tell what dreams popped up. You can use the questions on the postcard form of the project website to help. Just chat in a relaxed way. It doesn't need to be anything fancy. Upload the video to the project via the upload video link on the same page. If you want to be involved in the project, planning who to interview, what kinds of videos we make, or even filming celebrities or editing, let me know. Contact info can be found on the project's website, which is dodo.org/en/climate/dreamtravels. thank you, and let's be in touch.